The team at Rapala have been slaving away the past couple of months on the sand flats here to get the most lifelike Yabby impersonation, the Crush City Imposter.
So make sure you get down to your local Rapala stockers, grab a pack before they run out and crush them.
Stop that. Stop that. I hear him chat to the noise, move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys, man so tough, but man's keep walking. Just too sharp with the prize, rappers let it tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan, if you wanna touch me, please use caution. Cold like 0 degrees, I'm out the cage, gotta let out the beast. Revolutionary, gotta let out the streets. Locked in a cage, I'ma let out the wake up, get out the sheets. We came for one man, forget my peace. You take the west, I take on the east. I'ma put them in the cage, never let out the yeah. I hear him chat to the noise, move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys, not so tough, but man's...
You ready? Let's go! Yeah! For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, yo. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name. Fort Minor.
Boom, we are live again for the 63rd time for ABT Live. My name's Steve Morgan and this is...
Nate Archer.
Nate Archer, special guest host tonight. Occasionally I can lure Nicole into coming and guest hosting with me, but I think Nicole demoted herself tonight. She's behind the computer there producing this thing. Nicole goes, look, let's face it, Nate's the best fisherman out of the three of us. So let's get some fishing talent on ABT Live. Mate, so welcome to the ABT studio.
Thank you for having me.
Apparently we're not supposed to mention what we had for dinner. Should we do it or not? Nicole stepped out of the room to monitor the stuff.
She's gone.
We had a delicious dinner.
It was mint.
We had a delicious dinner. I'm not going to say what it was because Nicole goes, our guys have dirty minds. And anything to do with tacos, they'd probably make jokes about it. So look, welcome everyone to 2026. We are setting up for an epic tournament year. All of the entries went live at the end of last year. We came back in the first week of New Year and all of a sudden we're overrun with entries. Like in the Brim tournaments, we have 50 boats already entered for the 2 Victorian events. The response to the new events is great. That's the Samaki, the Fitzroy River event we're going to talk about soon, and the Flathead event. Everyone's wanting entry forms. If you're waiting for entry forms on those, don't worry, they're going to be out soon. We're just putting some final details together on. And Fitzroy's not till June, and the Flathead's not till October or something, so settle down. We will take your money, but just not straight away. So Nate's going to be my guest host tonight. I was going to get him on for a segment, and I was like, no, throw him in the deep end. Just guest host the whole thing, mate.
Oh, there we go.
You know, that's right. Like good on the scope. This is another sort of electronics you're going to be good at. We have a pre-recorded segment with Chris Hickson from Manning River Marine. He is the proxy for Daiwa. The Daiwa guys were all working so hard, they punted it to Chris. And Chris is going to run us through his thoughts about the Daiwa Brim Series this year. And Josh Lowry, we went and caught up with Josh and Kate at Samaki yesterday. Their new baits are all going great, and we're going to catch up with Josh. He is snap-your-doodle excited about the Samaki Saltwater Barra Open, as you are, as I am, as Nicole is, as everyone is. So 2026, I think, is going to be a good year, Nate. And I think the best thing about this year is Barra starts in like just over a month's time. Like, we've got the Southern Barra Tour this year. What are your thoughts about that?
That's great. Like, you get to have Barra nearly all year now.
Well, we have Barra at the start, the big Barra at the end, and just a little...
little taste in the middle.
Yeah, what is it? It just keeps you going.
Keeps you going.
And for people that don't know Nate Archer, Nate, you're tournament fishing with your brother. The first tournament you came to in the Barra Tour, you came first at.
Yep.
It was like, that was a great start. And someone might have told you, oh, I don't think it goes downhill from here. And you have never won one since.
Yeah.
You've always been competitive.
We've been pretty competitive, yeah.
Yep.
Just haven't been able to get the next one. But...
And your history is you are from Rocky.
I'm from Rocky, yeah.
So we're going to talk a little bit down the track about some of your thoughts about timings and how the river's going to fish and the fact that you can't even get into the other tournaments in town. There's a wait list for them. So we'll take the first 50 of you, no worries. I think, actually, we can take more than 50, can't we, Nicole? Because we're not going to use the medal rules, we're going to use brag mats. No, I'll just let you into a secret. Limited to 50 boats on the ABT Barra Tour because we've got 50 rulers. But also...
No, we have 49 rulers.
Oh, yeah, we have 49 rulers. Corey Gooch,
no.
yeah. One is somewhere between Teamborough and Faust on the road, probably run over by now. But also, we decided that 50 boats at the Faust ramp was enough because you have to wait like 2 hours to get your boat out, especially if the lake's down a bit. So it's just a comfortable number. And to be fair, we've limited it but never hit the actual number. So we're going to talk to Josh tonight anyway, sort of get a bit distracted there. Right. We have awesome prizes as usual. Nicole, we probably can't see the prizes here, but I'm going to run through it. No, it's all right. I'll hold it up. We've got some great stuff here from Sunline and Siglon. We've got some leader there, some 12 and 20, is it? No, 10 and 6 pound leaders. We've got some atomic lines, some of their braid. We have a sample pack. This is all stuff that I've sponged over the years. This is a sample pack of squidgies with some of the new squidgy baits there. Of course, the Darwin braid scissors. Everyone wants a set of them. Some Rapala stuff. There's some big heavy hitters and a sample pack of Rapalas there, so you can take that. And one person's going to win all of this. The Rapala Heavy Duty Shad Wrap. Whoever's been following Mick Horn on socials catches most of his fish on these things, especially the Bridge Pylon Killer, the big Shad Wrap. You'd be familiar with these. A couple of the big duos. One's the Barra tune one, one's the old style tune one, so one's good and one needs some attention. A little bit of attention. Some Baramba jig heads we have there, a little Atomic Hards vibration bait, and some, for the bass guys, some little Glenbourne style minnows and some bait junkie jig heads. So the main criteria was all of that had to fit in this box, so I posted it out. The mechanic tonight is, and this is, if you're typing in your postcode and where you're from, that's not it tonight. We thought 2026 was going to raise the bar. Backstory. Got a Starlink Mini for the boat. Technically should be able to stream from anywhere. So I want to know if you're more interested in the first 8 weeks of the tournament season. I'm going to stream from Gippsland Malakuta for Brim. Malakuta is always hard. Starlink will make it easier. Awunga and Mondi for Barra. Could never... What do you...
That's me live streaming too.
That's you live streaming, yeah, Nicole. Thought we'd gone down or something. Anyway, Awunga and Mondi for Barra. So we're going to be able to live stream from the top of Awunga or up the top. So no hiding now. And the Barra, everyone loved the Barra live stream at Kinchin this year. Joel McKenzie was telling me like 6 hours later I couldn't stop watching. I'm watching it like at 11 at night.
It's good to watch.
Yeah. And then I'll be able to stream from all of the Richmond and Clarence, so places like the top of the Esk or up the Cold Stream where I didn't have service, we can stream from there. So are you going to be more interested in the Bass, the Brim or the Barra live streams that I do on my boat? So there you go. That's the mechanic. There's no right or wrong answer. But if you put a little bit on there that somehow makes Nicole choose you, that's up to you. It doesn't matter if you're commenting on Facebook, YouTube, we monitor them both. And from there, someone will be picked to win that prize. Simple as mud. I know what you're going to say. You're going to watch Barra.
Yeah, of course.
Because you're going to be in Barra.
Yeah.
So you won't be watching it.
No.
Let's have a little bit of chat about what's been happening. I know what you've been doing. I've been following your socials. You've been up at Faust and Airlie catching coral trout.
Sundays, yep. It's been pretty good.
How many kegs of trout did you bring home?
Oh,
lots.
Plenty. Got a freezer full. It's nice.
Freezer full of trout to eat. We've been working hard at ABT to get all the entries done. So while you've been out playing, we've been working. Don't worry, it's all under control, mate. We're all good. Nicole, if you've got feedback about our new system where we actually take your payment, it's all automatic now. I know a lot of you used to love ringing Kim up and to do your entries, but unfortunately Kim's retired now. So although she loves you, she doesn't want you to call her anymore. She's somewhere caravanning around Australia or doing what Kim does. So after having worked for ABT for many years. So it all seems to be working well from our end. So Nicole's particularly excited if you've got a credit card that's got no money on it, the computer goes mad at you, and Nicole doesn't go mad at you. So that's a good one. And as I said earlier, we've got 50 plus boats already entered for Malakuta and Gippsland. They're two epic locations to start off the Daiwa Brim Series with, so that's cool. What do you know about brim fishing?
Oh, not much. Not much.
I knew that was
light
going to be the
line.
answer.
Very light line.
I'll tell you a story. We had Team of the Year member Liam Robinson fished a brim tournament in Gladstone once. He was paired with Tucker Kawasaki from Daiwa one day. Liam was great at finding the fish. Tucker actually won the non-boated division.
There you go.
Liam, I think, had 6 or 8 pound leader on, but could not get past the strike because he's a barra guy, and every time he struck, he just broke it off. So Liam lacked the finesse to be a good brim fisherman.
Yeah, okay.
I'm sure that you're going to be in the same boat.
Yeah,
although
probably.
you can catch bass.
Oh, I catch bass, yeah. I did have to go, I'm not going to break the leader as I strike.
Little
little
pansy strikes like this.
Do the sideways step thing.
It's funny, when we were watching some footage before, when you're watching someone live scope fishing, you know that the fish is, even if they say nothing, you know the fish is about to bite because their back foot goes back to counterbalance.
Back, yeah.
They step back ready to go. So you can tell that the fish is about to bite when they poise ready for it.
Yep.
And you'd be the same too, you know. Get ready because when I hit it.
Little step back so I can get a proper set and jam the hooks in.
and if you have to, keep on running back down the boat to jam them if it comes at you.
Same as the old cod, you got to do the same.
All right, let's stop talking crap here. We're going to go and talk to Chris Hickson from Manning River Marine to find out 2 things. 1, how high the floodwater got in his shop, but 2, what he thinks about this year's Daiwa Barra Series.
The what?
Daiwa Brim Series. Daiwa Bass Series. Jeez, they're getting good value this year. Let's go and see Chris. Chris Hickson from Manning River Marine. Welcome to ABT Live, and before we start, just give us some sign language on how high that water was in your office there.
Right about that shelf there, 1.7 metres it was.
So literally sitting in your seat there now, you need a snorkel to breathe.
A pretty big one. Yeah.
Pretty big snorkel. How are we going? Are we're back trading, back to something approximating normal?
Normal, no, not even close, but trading pretty well. Especially workshop, marine, boats, mainly repowers. We can't keep up at the moment. It's out of control, which is awesome. The support's awesome. Front of house is still trading well, but it's a mess. I got some emails the other day that the insurance should be finalised within the next few weeks and we'll be done. We'll know where we're at. I'll know what I can keep, what I can't. Slowly buying fixtures in, cabinets, bits and pieces, but being Christmas time and the busiest time of year for marine and tackle, I've had no time to actually put it up and tidy anything. So come winter time, I think May, June, we should be back to square. We're still looking at somewhere to move the whole shop to that's not in a flood zone. So everything we're getting in is temporary, it's movable. I can take it out, I can put it in another shop. At this stage, this is what we got, and this is what we're doing with.
Well, thanks for joining us and thanks for that update. I think the anglers were pretty good. I remember that briefing we had at Foster where the guys were out in the car park buying storm damaged lures. There was more cash getting handed over than at the Melbourne Cup bookie, mate. It was good to see.
Awesome, and there's still not all the best stuff left. There's still plenty of stuff left. Once that insurance is sort of sorted and I know what I'm allowed to keep and what I'm not allowed to keep, then probably do it all again.
There we go. We've got you on this afternoon, not only for an update, but because Daiwa have delegated you as the man to talk about the Daiwa Brim Series this year, and of course the spin-off event, the Daiwa Brim Australian Open. I noticed you've got some entries in the series, Chris. What have you entered to date?
I think I entered pretty much everything on the East Coast, so committed to the Gippsland Malakuta doubleheader this year. I'm going to borrow Wally's Phoenix again for that one. Due to the floods and how busy it's been, I just have not. I've got a brand new Tomcat, roughneck Tomcat sitting there, ready to put a motor and all the gear on, and I just can't find a minute to even get it together. I rebuilt Wally's Phoenix post floods. That took forever, so I'll take it down and use it. I've also entered. I'm going to skip Tassie this year. I can't find the time to do it. Heading over to the US in October again for the Bass World Championship, so that's another couple of weeks out. It's just a big trip that if I'm going to do it, I want to do it properly and can't squeeze that one in. Definitely going to do the Hawkesbury, one of my favourites. WA, I'll give a miss at this stage. If I can possibly fly over, I may do that one yet, depending on timing, because I do like that. And then Tweed, the Manning, Gladstone, I'll be 50-50, probably unlikely that time of year because it's really close to when we fly to the US.
Yep.
And then 1000% doing the Australian Open.
Awesome, mate. And I'm like you. I love that Australian Open. It's you know what I love about the Australian Open is the fact that it's in Sydney. Sydney's got an awesome bream fishery, and nearly never does a Sydney person win it. It's always someone else from another part of Australia.
100%, and that we try to get that through to a few guys every year. That you don't have to know Sydney Harbour that well to do really well. The first year you might not crack it. The second year you probably will. Like there's a good chance you'll pick up enough in a year or one trip fishing there that you can fish a tournament pretty easy. Like to know as much as you and I do half the times to our detriment. We get so confused, have that many options. Yeah.
Yep. You've got to nearly have a bit of amnesia. You've just got to remember what did good on the practice day and last year maybe because the rock you caught a bream off in 1998 probably doesn't help you now.
Not any good, no.
I know when we released the calendar, we sought some feedback from some people in the industry, and I know Nicole sent you the calendar, and you said, it's pretty good, and that wasn't just because it has Manning River on it again.
No, it's a really well spread out calendar. The last few years, there's been quite a lot of like double and then quadruple headers with bass, but this year it's the bass, the bream, the barrel all spread out nicely. I think it's a really good range of venues, north to south as well. The timing of most of them is pretty good. I haven't looked at the tides for each one, but it is what it is. You're going fishing. There's 7 hours. The tide's going to be good at some stage. And at the calendar, it's a ripper. I like it.
That's back on the Daiwa theme. I know Daiwa are always, they don't just save all their good gear for after anymore. They have like mid-season releases, early season, end of season releases. What's the Daiwa gear that's been released in the last couple of years that really excites you to use on the Daiwa Bream Series this year?
Probably just the in-feet rods are the standout. Like they're tailor-made for what we do. The newest range on there is just tweaked that a little bit more again. And it's good because they try and keep up with the trends and techniques that are current as well. So some of the rods that I really like just aren't really relevant as much anymore. Like a really short rod, everything's tended to go long, which kind of suits this calendar. There's a fair bit of open water fishing in that calendar, and that in-feet range really suits that. So I think there's so many different techniques now, and then live scope opening that up even more broadly, that there's a rod in there for everything. And I'm probably going to kit up just before I go to Victoria. It's probably going to take me a bit to get used to what new rods are in there because I haven't changed my gear over yet. But if it doesn't matter what technique, there's probably going to be something in there for it. New range of salt reels as well. I'll probably run a few of them. They're pretty nice. And jig heads. We've got the covert jig heads there now. That's like so good to have. The bait jiggy and the TPE, TPR baits these days are a real struggle to get on an internal weight jig head, and those coverts really hold it on there. So Gippy Lakes, Cooter, they're going to get a solid run.
What about the Reflex Vibe in Tassie, mate? I'm thinking that there's going to be a lot of those thrown in Derwent, especially.
I reckon there will. I'm not a thrower of sinking things with trebles too often. But the times I have thrown that, it seems to be pretty. I'll have one tied on it pretty much every tournament, especially down south where there's some mussels. Same for the blades. The blades are good. The in-feet blades, they're going to play. But I think, those Reflex Vibe been a bit more versatile too. So you're going to be able to use them.
So, Chris, tell us a bit more about the boat you're putting together. Like there's a saying, you don't see a butcher buying meat. The Tomcat, what's going on with boats at the moment? I know there's not a lot of bass boat retailers in Australia, but I've heard you picked up a brand or two. Give us a rundown.
Yeah, so from the first time we went to South Africa, we got onto the guys that have roughneck boats over there. Jurgen took a little while to travel the country, came back, broke, didn't have a lot of money to buy them in, but ended up getting an order in, and they make one called a Tomcat. David Dudley in the US is running one now. It's a big, essentially a tri-hull, 20 foot, say 20 foot 3, 20 foot 4. It's not super wide. It's actually narrower than the Phoenix it's sitting next to in the shed. But because it's a tri-hull, it carries the width the whole way through. I wanted to get one for myself because I love the idea of it. It's something different. And I also think having one and getting it out there, it's going to be one of the more optimal like guide boats, charter boats for Barra, pod, etc. They float pretty shallow, super stable, and massive deck. So that's one of the main reasons. I think it's just a good potential for the Australian market. And then recently also just picked up with Manning Marine, we picked up Phoenix Bass boats from the States. So Josh Patterson used to do it. I had a Phoenix. I think you and I had the first ones that ever came into the country. We sort of
Yeah, that was
initiated
sisters. Yep.
So it's sort of just gone full circle now. Put the finger out. They said yes. Now we bring them in. I think I sold one, took a deposit on one today, which is a good start.
Awesome, mate. Well, it's good to see that, you're always known as the hub of all the tackle and the place to get your motor done. But if you're the place for bass boats now as well, that really does make you a one-stop shop. Thanks for taking the time this afternoon to record a section for the ABT Live. It's always good to catch up with you. And I know that anyone going up and down that East Coast, 10 minutes off the highway, worth dropping in. And you've always got something that a keen angler hasn't got, haven't you?
Yeah, we try to. Who knows what's going to come out of these boxes up here after the flood.
Thanks, Chris, and we'll see you down in Victoria.
Cheers, mate.
We are back. That was a pretty interesting segue out of the last bit. I called it the Daiwa Barra series. I don't know if I need to apologise to Daiwa or Wilson's. Maybe both.
Right. Had Barra on the brain, didn't you?
Of course, it's now not the Xeric Barra series anymore. It's the Wilson Fishing Barra series, and of course the Daiwa Brim series, like it's been forever. Bit of a reminder of the prize mechanic. We showed you all the prize before on YouTube or Facebook. Tell me if you're more interested in watching my Brim, my Bass, or my Barra streams, because I'm just bragging I've got a Starlink, and technically I should be able to stream more Barra. I tell you what, they'll probably be interested in watching your Barra streams more. But you got a Lowrance on the front. It's hard to get a feed out of the sounder. It's hard. I love Lowrance. They're good, but you can't get a feed out of it to put into the live stream.
I'll have to work on it, eh?
I don't work on it, and also you're probably happy with that because the secrets can stay close to the chest.
Nah, share it.
An interesting. We talk about our different styles of fishing. Like I'm a transducer on the motor sort of guy, and you're a pole dancer.
I'm a pole dancer.
You're a pole dancer.
Yep, I'm definitely a pole dancer.
And if you don't understand, this is talking about live sonar. And if we both have perspective mode, i.e. the looking broadly but shallowly across, having it on a pole is great because if you push it down, you can see the low fish, but you can't see a lure splash on the water, and you have to move it to see how deep the fish are. I like using the forward mode a lot, and I'm good at seeing exactly how deep the fish are, but it's hard to get them lined up. So both have their advantages and their disadvantages. And some may say they're just still better than me catching heaps of Barra, but there was one event at least this year where I ended up in front of you, and I really enjoyed that.
You got me in one. You got me in one.
In the last one. I don't know if you know much about Morgan banter, Tim Morgan and Steve Morgan banter, but whoever did in the last event keeps that title till at least the Southern Barra series this year, right? So try harder.
I'll have to try harder. I better pick my act up.
Pick your act up. Let's talk about the Wilson Barra series. We've been talking a little bit about it. Wilsons have supported it with that brand Xeric for many years. Since I'll tell you the history. Since well before you were fishing it, you were probably washing it from the outsides. And actually, I don't know the answer to this, but what got you involved in ABT? What made you say I can't stay on the sidelines anymore?
I just wanted to give it a try, really.
Did you follow the results of the live scoreboards? Did you read about it?
Always watched all the ABTs. I think there's a lot of people watch them and they're on the fence, and I really regret not jumping in earlier.
Yeah,
really regret it because it's a ton of fun and yeah, it's awesome. It's a really well run event.
I think it's, and I don't fish too many other Barra events, but I get a lot of feedback that the guys that fish ABT events, they're competitive, but everyone gets back and has a beer at the end, and it's pretty friendly, really.
It's friendly, and everyone wants to see other people catch fish too.
Everyone does help each other.
Everyone helps each other, yeah.
Unless it's your arch rival and you send him in the wrong direction. If you see someone who's genuinely struggling, you go out of your way to throw this bait, try here, try that.
You want to see people catch fish.
100%.
It's good for everything if people are catching fish, and if someone's struggling, go and give them a hand. And everyone at ABT is really good with that, and it's a ton of fun. Great crowd. Yep, it's good. It's really good.
I think you want to see everyone catch a lot of fish up until 10 grams below your bag weight.
That's right.
And after that, it's like, you're now helping yourself, mate.
Yep, you're on your own now, yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about the Southern Barra Tour, and I'll give you a bit of a history lesson about ABT. When we started Barra in 2005, it did consist of 2 legs. There was always the southern leg of the Barra Tour, which was Awonga and Mondrian.
Yep.
And it was between 2005 and 2011, of course, the lakes were full of fish, and in 2011 and 2013, there was the big overspills and all the Barra were gone again. So at that point, we didn't run some events in Awonga and Mondrian for many years, and it's only when the stockings recently got better again that we run the Open down here, we run some Mondrian events. It's to the point now where we can bundle them together again, and we don't have to run them in November. November was always the time where the fish were really hungry, like they were coming out of winter, they were pre-spawn, they were biting well. We weren't fishing suspended fish, we were fishing edge fish and we were fishing feeding fish. Now that we're fishing them all year and we're fishing them on live sonar, we can literally run Barra tournaments day or night, any time of the year. So we're taking advantage of that February-March period to maybe have some different style fishing to November. So the feedback I want from you is, you fish Mondi a lot, you've fished Awonga more and more now. What's going to be the more fun events to fish, the Mondi ones or the Awonga ones?
Oh, you know what? Mondi is epic and it is so full of so many big fish, but the fish at Awonga definitely turn it on. And
I reckon they're a bit dumber.
They're easy to get the bite to some degrees. Like, they're a little bit quicker to bite. Mondi fish, they're probably seeing a little bit more boat traffic and lures and whatnot.
Seen every boat and every lure.
Yeah,
yep.
But I am turning more fish to bite quicker at Awonga.
Yeah. So I think the comments would be not as thick on the ground yet, because they put like 3 million fish in there in the last 3 or 4 years.
It'll get definitely a lot
When
better.
all of those 60s turn into 90s, they'll start roaming again instead of just living in the weed beds.
100%.
So we're looking forward to when that happens, like the lake's getting lower, the fish are getting bigger. It's going to hit this turning point where all of a sudden Awonga just goes nuts.
It's going to be a cup between Mondi and Awonga, I think, coming up.
Yeah, and I think this year might be it.
Might be, yeah.
Well, interestingly, this year, the winning weight at the Awonga event was actually, we had the Mondi event in March, and then we had the Awonga event in September, and the winning weight from Awonga was heavier than Mondi by only about 1 kilo from memory, but heavier, still heavier. And look at the Open results, like they've gone from 40 kilos to like 90 kilos to 150 kilos, and last year it was 238 kilos for 15 fish to win. Like, if you haven't got a metre 7 average, you're coming second or lower. It's crazy.
It's awesome.
So
really cool.
And what I like about it is, like, you know, a couple of years ago, you were like the keen young ones coming through. Now there are keener younger ones coming through that are giving us an ass kicking. Like the guys from Flukamundi, Brendan and that, who caught them this year, they proper caught them consistently. Every day was that metre 5 to metre 7 average and whacking them.
I was watching on the scoreboard. It was they were doing good. I was like, oh wow, a lot of these younger fellas coming through. They're good. They're dialed in. They're good.
And you know, I'm sure we'll have the arguments down the track. It's like, oh, you know, it's not like the old days when you needed skill to find them. It's like catching them on live that good. You got to be highly skilled to do it. You don't just turn it on and then get your net ready, do you?
No. There's more to it than it's difficult to get them to bite, and the amount of follows you get per bite is there's a lot more follows than bites. But.
And I think it's fair to say that I'm sure between us we've literally hundreds and hundreds of days chasing Barra around, scoping them. Sometimes we don't have any idea on how to get them how to bite.
Oh yeah. You're throwing everything in the tackle box there.
You've gone through every trick and they're just like, I'm not going to do it.
Not doing it. See ya.
Other times, you could throw a shit sandwich at them and they'd eat it. Yep. So it's sorry for any kids that are there. Down south, it's late.
Barra being Barra.
Nate, when it comes to fishing, you're going to move into more of fishing for a living nowadays. Tell us what you got planned.
As of this year, I'm going to hang up the nail bag and do some guiding, bit of sports fishing.
So, and we have a saying about that in the industry. The way you make a small fortune in fishing, you start with a medium-sized one, and then you become a fishing guide.
Then you become a fishing guide.
There you go, and then you can make a small fortune too. Tell us about the rig you're getting together and the plans.
Yeah, so I just purchased a Sportsman, so Island Reef 19. Not a bad little rig. Yep. I think you've been in a couple of them before.
I've done tests on them, and they're quite popular on the Barra Tour, the Sportsmans.
No, they are. They're a good tub. Got that. It's getting kitted out. It's going in to get all the electrical rewired. And going forward from April, I'll be taking bookings for Barra and Murray Cod.
Yep. And local stuff as well?
Local stuff as well. If you want to chase a togo, you want to chase bass, just let me know and we'll sort of work out something to suit. Day rates, doing packages for 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, and yeah, we'll sort of cater it how you want to go.
I can attest to the fact that most times we look across to Nate's boat, and to be honest, your last boat was just a little Renegade. Always a bent rod in it.
Yeah.
Always a bent rod. So it'll be interesting to see when we get you back on the show in a couple of years' time whether you are enjoying teaching people and catching them their first barra, or whether you're frustrated that they're not doing as you tell them.
You know what? It is such a good feeling seeing someone catch a fish, and especially like a meatery or just a big fish in general. Like.
Yep.
They'll remember that forever, especially as their first one. It's
fish of a lifetime, aren't they?
100%.
And I think that's one of the comments I had about last year's Barra Tour, that we're at Faust, the fish are biting their heads off, and the people are like, oh, I only got a bag of 95s. It's like, dude, you got a bag of Barra that were all 20 pounders, and you're disappointed. Like, you got to put it in context. I sometimes had to kick myself as well, going, to be honest, all my fish are 95 and bigger. That's a pretty good bloody night. Like, you might be able to count on two hands the number of times you do that in a decade. Have that many big Barra in a tournament, eating the lures. Like, so let's just ground ourselves. And globally, it's a great fishery that we're experiencing right now.
It's phenomenal. And like, I don't think it gets as much pressure as other countries and their fish. And it's fun. It's awesome. The impoundment fisheries are back. Like,
they're back. And so all you're doing, like every other Brisbane and Gold Coast Barra expert at the moment, is when there's a cyclone coming down the coast, you're putting a circle around Mondi, you say, don't go there.
Don't go there, yeah.
I reckon if we get hit by some rain, there'll be a lot of guys with buckets, like bucking it over the damn wall.
The anxiety levels go right up when there's one of them coming down.
And to be honest, Mondi has dodged some serious bullets in the last 3 or 4 years. Like, it got to just running over.
Yeah.
Like, it was, and I think the fish were all like had their noses over, ready to go, but it went down.
It went down.
We missed the cyclone last year. Like Cyclone Alfred, what was it called? The one
Cyclone Alf, old Alfie.
The one where I think everyone got their houses ready and most of us just had a chair blow over. But you know, some people got hit by it. But it was the first cyclone I'd seen in Brisbane for like 35 years nearly, so
it was different.
But we dodged that bullet. We've dodged all the bullets, and Wonga and Mondi is like, a Wonga's quite low. It's like 35% at the moment. He could probably handle half a cyclone. But Mondi.
What's it said, about 86% or something? I think
it's about, look at the spillway. It's about that far down.
It's about a metre down.
Yeah. So let's fingers crossed that we're going to get another couple of years out of that joint. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Let's take a break, and we're going to come back. We'll catch up with Josh Lowry from Samaki and see how excited he is about the Samaki Saltwater Barra Open. And I got the name right. By now, we all know this guy, Josh Lowry from Samaki. We're at Samaki headquarters today, and Josh, been a big year for you. AFTA was huge last year. You've got some new events coming this year. You've got some naming events coming up. Does it ever stop for you at Samaki?
Not really, Steve. It's last year was phenomenal, as you said, and I think 2026 is shaping up to be even bigger and better, especially with everything we're about to announce.
Oh, of course. Well, we gave you the hint about the Samaki, the Saltwater Barra Open up on the Fitzroy River. We've just sat down today, and this is how ABT works. We've sat down, had a meeting, actually talking to each other about how the event's going to look. It's going to be a teams event. It's going to be a daytime event. It's going to be done with a bit of unique Samaki product like brag mats and stuff like that. We've got a great venue for it. And it's in one of the greatest barra fishing net-free zones areas in Australia. So the entry forms for that will be coming out soon. I know everyone's been asking about entry forms, so they're coming out. Nicole behind the camera there is like, yes, finally they're going to come out. But you're excited about this event, aren't you?
Oh, I'm pumped. When we first discussed it, I was like, we're on board. Had to pass it with Kate first, but she kind of just agreed. So we're on board, and we're super pumped for it, and yeah, we can't wait to see what it brings.
I think we tested out the limits of the ABT measuring rulers on the Barra Tour, that big 143 centimetre Barra. How big the brake mats we're going to make for this one? You reckon we need a 150 for this one as well?
Depends if Benny's coming along, I suppose. We'll have to wait and see.
I don't know, does Benny fish rivers?
He might. Maybe.
Maybe we might see him. I know that we're definitely going to see some of your Hero Samaki product there. I had a comment over Christmas on one of my Tackle Fridays saying that the Samaki DS80 is a new black gold slick rig for jerkbaits.
Oh, it's a pretty
That's a good comment, isn't it?
That's something to be pretty proud of. The old slicky, I think that's everybody's favourite, but yeah, I'll be pretty happy if the Reddick falls into that with a few people.
Yep. So keep an eye out for that. It's going to be a great saltwater event. The first event that ABT's done that you can probably get eaten by a crocodile.
That's possible, yeah. Yeah, don't get eaten by a crocodile.
Now, another thing we've got coming up, of course, is the massive Victorian tour in the Dial Brim series. You have the first naming rights event. That's the Samaki event at Gippsland Lakes. Now, everyone knows, of course, Gippsland Lakes, another famous net-free zone now. It's been about 5 years since the nets came out of there. And some of the stats, and I explain this every year, they used to take 23 tonnes of black brim every year. And for me, that's 23,000 times 1 kilo brim. And everyone's like, how could the fishing get so good so quickly? It's like, it's not the brim have now grown from 0 to 40 centimetres overnight. It's just that every single year, there's 23,000 1 kilo brim that remain in the system. So after 1 year, that's 23,000. There's 46,000 after 2 years. There's 92,000.
Yeah.
There's probably over 100,000 1 kilo brim have not been commercially removed from that system, which is why every year your bonus, the X-Braid trophy brim, went from a kilo. Gave away about 40 of those. So we upped the bar to 1.2 kilos last year. Still went through like 25 of them. This year it's got to be a 44-er for you guys to get your non-boater trophy brim bonus. But that's a decoy and X-Braid pack this year.
Yeah, it's awesome win for people. And it's just so good to see, as you said, net-free zones. The fish are literally getting bigger and bigger.
Yep.
So let's see what this year brings. Hopefully
we still crack it. Hopefully there's over 10 40s caught by nonnies.
Yeah.
And let's put it into context. We've had tournaments at Gippsland Lakes where there might have only been 200 fish caught over the whole 2 days by the whole field. Now you're getting 200 fish sometimes caught in the first 2 hours of the first day. It's just
crazy.
Normally between sort of 1,500 and 2,000 fish coming across on the app across that tournament. And they're only the ones that are people putting in the app. So a mecca fishery. I know you've got some sponsored guys down there. Scotty Cicluna, he's swapped from a non-boater to a boater, and he's going to be pretty dangerous on those waters.
He will be. He's keen as too.
And Jamie McEwen, we haven't seen Jamie McEwen in Gippsland for a while, but he used to be the master of catching the yellowfin brim down the mouth. Let's see if he can do that again this year. So you've got some good representation on the ground as well as ABT, running the show for you. And I think that Victorian audience is really going to fall in love with, especially some of your new products. Can we have a look at some of the new ones and get a status?
For sure.
Now, we talked about these products at an ABT Live last time we visited here, and these were all about to hit the shelves. These are new products that you launched it after.
Yep.
Some you were very secretive about. I didn't even know about the fall prawn. I'll probably throw stickman as much as anyone. Bit of a secret squirrel there. But a lot of this stock, your tackle stores would have got it, and they've sold out of it. And you were out of stock, but the good news is coming back.
Coming back, yeah. We were a bit taken. We thought we were good, but it was taken up really well. We sold out a lot sooner than we thought, but good news is it's all due, just about to land back into stock, so ready for the brim season.
So you sold out literally of all the cicadas?
Cicadas, footy brugs, skipping prawn, blades, all sold out. Everything sold out. Yeah, it was crazy. It was a very good launch, but yeah, well, now we're about to see. We've seen a lot of photos on social media from all the fish being caught on it. But now they come back into stock, ready for tournament time. I'm sure we're going to see a lot more.
So if your local tackle store doesn't have them, don't worry. You're probably only a week or two away from having them in time for the first couple of Victorian brim events for the year. Josh, I think it's a great story that you moved to the Gold Coast. Thank you very much for taking us marlin fishing on Sunday.
Oh, that's all right.
Josh has got a great house where his marlin boat is it's literally the closest pontoon to the seaway, isn't it? On the whole Gold Coast.
That was the goal. I told Kate's like, where do you want to live? I said, we can live at Runaway Bay or Runaway Bay, and we live at Runaway Bay. So.
Then you got it there. So and I suppose of more relevance to you guys is after we went marlin fishing, a couple of hours later, he texted us a photo of like a 50-centimetre jack that he caught on a live slimy straight under your pontoon. You're living the dream.
Yeah, mangrove jack love slimy mackerel, so that's always we always keep a few in the tank. My son and a few other mates, we always put one out as we're cleaning the boat.
Yep.
And we catch quite a few jacks there.
There we go. Now, I know the real brains of the operation, Kate, is not often wanting to get in front of camera, but Nicole, can we show Kate on camera there? Wave to everyone, Kate. This is the real brains behind Samaki. She authorises all of Josh's spend on sponsorships, purchases of boats, purchases of tackle, and basically everything you want to do, you've got to get through the Minister of Finance.
And the gyro, we need the gyro. Remember?
The gyro in the boat, yes. The how many $1,000 Seakeeper?
Yeah, it's a lot.
But so, look, Josh, Kate, thank you very much for being such great supporters of ABT. Thanks for joining us live. I know we normally get you live in the studio because Nicole normally makes a nice meal for us, but it didn't work out this time.
That's all right.
But next time we'll get you in the studio. We'll feed you up and expose you to all of these lovely people that love buying your product.
Thank you.
All right, Nate Archer, we're getting a bit comfortable now, so I'm going to talk a bit of brim. I know that's way out of your comfort zone. Ever been to Tassie before?
No, have not.
Scared of the cold?
Oh, no, I'm not scared of the cold.
All right. We have got great entries in for the first couple of rounds of the Daiwa Brim Series. We have the Samaki round, which is the first one at Gippsland Lakes. And we have the Hummingbird round as the second one at Malakuta. Now, if you're a non-boater, you would be familiar with the X-Braid Trophy Brim program that we ran. And the first year we ran it at Gippsland Lakes, we made it for a 1 kilo or a 36 centimetre fork-length brim. Gave away way too many packs of stuff. Did our whole year's budget on the first day of the tournament. So last year, Nicole and I got together. We're going to be smart. We're going to make it 38 centimetre fork-length brim. Better 1.2, 1.25 kilo. Still caught about 20-something. Non-boaters, this is like half the non-boater field catches a brim, which is like a bit of a lifetime for a lot of people. So this year, the X-Braid Trophy Brim in Gippsland Lakes is going to be 40 centimetres to the fork, which is around 1.4 kilos. Hopefully we're going to give away around 10 of them, but I'm sure that all you non-boaters are going to make us look stupid again and catch heaps of giant brim. It's such a good, it's a net-free zone down there. You know how good net-free zones go for barras.
They're the best.
They're just as good for brim. And I may have said this before, I might be banging on, but if you're ever explaining to someone why the net-free zone works in Gippsland Lakes, the commercial catch that was reported there was 23 tonnes a year. And if you want to conceptualise that, that's 23,000 times 1 kilo brim. So every year, 23,000 keggers would come out of the system. Look, it's a giant system. It can probably handle it. But every year in the last 5 years, since the nets have been out, there are 23,000 1 kilo brim remaining in the system. So by my calculations, after 5 years, there's around 125,000, give or take some of them have died and got donked on the head or whatever. There's 125,000 more keggers in there than there used to be, and that is reflected in our results. So we used to go into Gippsland if we caught 300 to 500 fish over a tournament. That's pretty average. After the nets came out, the graph went like this, and we were getting 1,600, 1,800 fish on the app. That's just the ones that people will put in the app. 1,800 fish for a 50 or 60 boat field. And it's really cool because all of that data, we package it up, we give it to Vic Fisheries guys. And if you know anything about monitoring of the stocks, a lot of stock monitoring comes from commercial catches, right? So when old mate catches all the brim, someone sits there, they measure them, this many tonnes have come out, it's all pretty well accounted for. As soon as the commercial is gone, data's hard to get. So a tournament guys who catch and release fish, measure them well, put them on the ruler, we validate every catch. That's pretty powerful data because we get it at the same time every year, the same people catching bigger and bigger fish. So I think it's thank you ABT anglers for being involved in that community monitoring of the resource. And you may not be aware, we do the same with the freshwater stocking groups. So all of our data from Faust, from Mondrian, from Awonga goes to Gladstone Water Board. We package all that data together, we give it to the stocking groups, and they can use that to help them decide what fish need to be put in the water. Now, I know your theory is put all the fish in the water, many as you can, don't take any out. But the fact is some of them die, and we just need to know what the stock looks like in the water, so make smart decisions. Like, are we just feeding fingerlings to other barra?
Yeah.
You know, are there some years we maybe need to tone it down a little bit? Are there other years after you get an escape where you really need to ramp it up? You know, so that sort of data is pretty important for that. So Gippsland Lakes, net-free zone, big brim, awesome entries. It's going to be grouse. Malakuta, sort of a totally different system. Gippsland Lakes, you can run your boat for like 100 kilometres from the top to bottom of it. Malakuta is quite compact and small. Again, you mightn't have been there, but it's 2 big saltwater, shallow lakes. You can put 100 boats on Malakuta and you think they're going to be in each other's pockets, but there are sort of fish everywhere. So it's, you know, for me, I love it. It's sort of a scoping lake. You can see all these brim just swimming around. Or you can go to the edges and sight fish them, throw aquas at them, throw topwaters at them. Whatever you want to do at Malakuta, you can do it. I know that our guys love it as well because it's about 6 or 7 hours south of Sydney. So a lot of Sydney guys come down to it. A lot of Queensland guys come down to it. It's really a meeting point for all of Australia's shit-hot brimmers. So we're looking forward to those first 2, and they're our first 2 events of the 2026. 50 boats now for both of those. Nicole is. We need to give you a mic, Nicole. You need to be able to contribute that data there. Like from memory, I got 50 boats. I remember. 50 boats, yeah, okay. So look, and those entries are rising. I think our record, a couple of years ago we had events where there were 70 or 71, I think, at Gippsland Lake. So we really appreciate all the support for the Daiwa Brim series there. A little bit of a heads up. When we go to Tassie this year, and we go to Tassie every second year, entries are good for Tassie. We've got 30-ish boats, I think. We've got mid-20s at the moment, and we have a laundry list of widowed non-boaters that are going to start panicking and calling us up soon. Hold, boys, because I'm pretty sure we're going to get a few more local entries. Dicko's coming down. You know Troy Dixon from Wilson. Dicko, yep. He is a stalwart of the Barra events. He's coming down. He's staying with us. He's my guaranteed noddy. I'm going to see if Dicko is a better brim fisherman than Liam Robinson.
Oh.
They're big brim down there. He might be able to up his gear, but I want to see if Dicko snaps them all off on the strike. Yeah, so Dicko's going to come down. Of course, they have their brand Duo now. They make a lot of great little brim baits. And the further south you go, the better the Duos work. They make some great little jerk baits that we have a heap of fun with. So
done some good work on those Duos there. They're very well made.
And you know what? I love the fact that Wilson's obviously sell enough Duos that they say, you know, when they say, I want this bait, but I want it to have to work with barra hooks on it, and they have to go and dick with the mould and everything to do it. It gets done.
It gets done.
Like, you know, we now have a Duo, which is a barra tune special, and so I haven't seen that from, like, everyone's had a go at Duo.
Yeah.
But Wilson's obviously have a bit of pull because stuff like that happens.
They've done a really good job. Dan, Dicko, the boys there work really well with Duo, and
yep.
They've turned out some really good baits.
Obviously, one of them must beat Japanese, I reckon, because they're getting some great traction. Let's talk about final thing. I don't know if we want to run around an ad in between or not, but we can talk bass. All right, let's run that. We're going to come back talk about the Bass Series, which is also starting soon. Boom, and we are back to have just a little bit of a word about the Rapala Bass Pro Series, which is happening this year. Of course, that series, I think it's also... Nicole's done really well with the scheduling this year. We open up with a double header, which is at the Richmond and the Clarence, and it will be in topwater time. If you remember, the grand final for bass was only a few months ago, and I loved it because I could fish topwater all day, every day. And in fact, the topwater bite got better as the day got on. At midday, they really started pumping the frogs on the top. It was awesome. The Clarence River, of course, is the East Coast big bass mecca. Those two events are going to be a great start to the tour. The grand final is going to be at Glenbourne in October, which is Glenbourne is coming back to its prime. You're going to need like 1.5 kilo average bass to win that event, and I think you're going to be able to catch them on any technique that you want. The Bass Australian Open, the Crush City Bass Australian Open is on at Lake St Clair, also a fish factory down there. And we have, of course, the Somerset Wivenhoe doubleheader at the best time of year. Someone is going to catch a 4 kilo bass in that one day soon. Wivenhoe was a bit slow last year, but Wivenhoe is set to fire. Every year we do it. It's a year after the floods and the bass getting bigger and bigger. And we have a standalone event, Lake Glenbourne as well. So 5 qualifiers in prime locations at prime times. Someone's going to win a boat at the end of the year at the grand final, probably by having some of the best bass sessions of their life. I think the Crush City Open, the Rapala Bass Pro Series are going to be good this year, and I think that's also reflected in entries. 20-something entries for the bass ones so far and rising. Glenbourne's getting swelling already, and Glenbourne's not on until May. So yeah, thanks for everyone for entering early. I think it gives us as organisers a really good idea about if it's going to be a popular event or not. So we're making sure we're catering for all these ones that are going to be super popular. Quick word before we finish about the 2 new events. The new ones are the Shimano Flathead Australian Open on Lake Macquarie. We've had meetings with Shimano this week. We're getting all the ducks in a row together. Looks like we're going to be working with the guys from Hot Tackle to help host the briefings and the sign-ins. No briefing as such, but the sign-ins in the afternoons. One big bit of news about that is that it is teams of 2 adults, but we are going to let kids 12 and under. One kid 12 and under can fish as a 3rd member of your team. So if you've got a keen sub-teen itching to get into a tournament with you, that event might be the one. It's a 3rd line in the water, and I think in a lot of cases that'll be an advantage to you to have that 3rd line in the water, because I don't know about you, but kids nowadays are getting pretty bloody good at this fishing thing.
They are getting pretty good.
The thing is with flathead though, can you live scope a flathead? No.
No.
They are flat on the bottom. So it is all traditional fishing. Talking to the guys and seeing the results of the flathead tagging down there in Lake Macquarie, it's a net-free zone, has been for decades and decades now. There are some giants in there. The recapture rate's pretty high, so they do churn through the flathead in there, but I would be surprised if we don't see flathead up into the 80s and 90s.
That's a big lizard.
They're big lizards. Also, let's have a little finish up still about the Samaki Saltwater Barra Open. Again, you're the local in the area. You've sort of grown up there and done a lot of fishing there.
Yep.
It's going to be a 5-fish bag.
Yep.
2 adults, no kids, unfortunately. But I think that 5-fish bag is something that I don't think we've seen before in a Richmond River tournament. When Bass Nation did it years ago, they were always a 10-fish bag.
Yeah, they did actually.
The Barra Bash, or whatever it's called now, that's a 30-fish bag.
Yeah, 30 over 2.5 days. Yep.
30 over 2.5 days. I think the ABT 5-fish a day thing is going to keep it nice and tight.
I think so, and there's some monsters in there, so I'm expecting to see a lot of big fish caught.
Tell us about June. Everyone's like, oh, June's not going to be, it's winter time, but that's not a disadvantage in Fitzroy.
Definitely not. You've only got to look at Kobe when he was banging so many big fish all through winter. Zali, all those locals there were nailing some monster fish. They get up in the town reaches there at that time of year. You know, they get down towards the mouth. They're
like everywhere in the river.
Yeah, they scatter through, and there is some proper giants in there.
Yep. What's your PB out of that river?
Metre 26.
Metre 26? That's actually pretty small, compared to nowadays standards.
Yeah,
cute. Nicole says cute.
I know, right?
Try and do better, will you?
Well, my little brother's got me by, what's he got, a metre 33 is his biggest.
A 133.
Yep.
Anything over like that 110 mark is a big fish. Anything over 120 is a giant. Anything over 130 is a fish of a lifetime.
There's quite a lot that size
in there. So that's something to look forward to. We're working with Dean and the guys from the Frenchville Club there that they're going to accommodate us. We talk to those guys. We don't want to step on any toes running an event in the area. So June it is, and I think the river's going to shine.
It's awesome. Like, it's net-free zones. It's producing so many big fish. Like, you may as well showcase what the area can do once you take those nets out.
How disappointed do you get when you dong like a $1.30 Freddy instead of a barra? That's great.
It's great, but still,
it's like catching a megalong flathead in a brim tournament.
It's the only time where you're like, oh, damn it.
Throw it out. Hey, one more reminder. We're going to go to a break in a sec, but are you interested in watching my brim, bass or barra streams for the first part of the year? All of the booty is up for grabs. We're going to go to a break now and come back to you with the winner to wrap this thing up, to give Nate a couple more fish tacos and send him home.
I'll be your beast of burden, an ally in enemy territory, a friend in unfriendly situations. Less than ideal? That's my idea of a good time. Overgrown, nasty, unforgiving, stumps, roots, rocks, angry winds, and mean currents. Throw me in and watch me swim. Mother Nature may be tough. I'm tougher. Lean in, roll up your sleeves, push through to the spots where you can really prove your mettle. Because discomfort isn't a deal breaker. It's just a hurdle between you and hooking in. I'm the kind of motor that'll take you places where chaos is the cost of entry, where the fish are worth the fight, where grit and guts beat glitz and glamour. If you ask me, the bigger the question marks, the better the quest.
Did I use the R word again? We are back. Nicole has picked a winner. It is from YouTube, Littlefoot Fishing. Can you send us a message? That's Littlefoot Fishing. He likes, or they like, or she likes. Looking forward to the live stream from Brim in Tasmania. In fact, I'm actually quite looking forward to making that live stream. Huon River and Derwent River are two big bream factories that should be awesome. Littlefoot Fishing, send us a message on Facebook. Go to the ABT Tournaments Facebook page. Send us a message with your address. And I'm going to give Australia Post more money to deliver this stuff to you. Any final words from you, Nate? Thanks for coming in and being a co-host.
My pleasure. Thanks for having us. Looking forward to the comps coming up.
Yep.
2026.
He does work for food. Book a charter if you want to see how Nate works the pole. He's good at it. We've seen him do it before. He does it in public. He's not scared. And from April onwards, how do they get in touch with you? You're going to have a website, Facebook page. How are they going to book?
Website's coming. Just shoot us a message on socials. I got my phone number there. Text me if you don't feel like calling.
Cyberstalk you.
Cyberstalk. Yep. Go for gold. You know.
Get the good dates.
Yep. That's right. Don't miss out.
Well, thanks for coming tonight. Thank you, Nicole, for putting it all together. We are go for 2026. I hope you guys are as excited as we all are.